This is the story of how these AirPods right here saved my life. It's always incredible to me how tiny little variables add up into moments that can be an absolute blessing or a complete catastrophe. If you've ever been in a car accident, you know this thought process. Thinking about, oh man, if I hadn't left the coffee on the counter that morning, if the dog didn't spend so long peeing, if I had gotten through that yellow light, we wouldn't have been in this moment where we collided. You know that thought process. These things, these things right here were in my ears for years, every single day at work, every single day. Podcasts, audiobooks, music, every day. Noise cancellation on. Coworkers were probably annoyed with me sometimes because I was always saying, what? I was in my own world. But there was one day, November 14th, 2025, I forgot these. And on this day, I'm working in a small enclosed space, single door on the opposite side. Now, I work in a facility with a lot of flammable gas. And I'm opening this unit that's got a bunch of what was liquid gas turning into uh, actual gas. And I open it and I stick my face in it. I'm going in because I'm about to grab what's in there, but the gas flows to the bottom of the room. And I have it, you can see in the video provided. I had the CCTV. The gas flows to my left. And to my left, I hear the sound of it going. And it was that sound. It was that sound that saved my life because I heard the sound and my brain, my body, everything reacted all at once. It went. Before I saw the flash, before I felt the heat, it was the sound. That barbecue lighting sound, but amplified times 100. Hearing that, I just ran. I turned and I ran. I whipped myself around, as you can see, and I just went for it. I had no idea how big and hot the flames were at first until I actually went back and saw. I had this period of just seeing white, of adrenaline that just clouded my mind. I ran around like a chicken with its head cut off. But if I had not forgotten those headphones that day, I would have continued to stick my face into that oven to grab whatever I was going to grab, and I would not have heard the ignition on my left. And I would have been hit. I would have been blown back by a series of flames that burns at 3,578 degrees. And that's the measurement on a small single butane little torch. No telling what temperature a room full reaches. When I've just sat back in it, I would have lost my face. It would have gone into my throat. One of the most dangerous things about serious levels of flames is when it enters your airways because it'll burn the inside. The fire sprinklers put it out pretty quick, but I just wouldn't have made it. I would have sat there and that would have been it. But these little things. And I think so many times back to that moment, like, what are the chances that these things were in my ears every day? I did not forget these things because I was so consumed by this consumption process of content to get me through this miserable day at a job that I hated. And all of a sudden, forgetting this very thing saved my life. All right, what's the purpose? Well, why am I telling you this story? One, it's just crazy. But another thing is it's proof that miracles do happen. Look, if you don't have faith in something more than just the very basics of science you see on this planet, let me tell you, an experience like this, even without forgetting the goddamn headphones, will make you have faith in something greater than yourself and everything we see around us. But the fact that it was this one day that I forgot and that saved me, I am grateful every single day. It changed my entire perspective on life. And I know that miracles do happen. But what's more to that is I can give myself some credit too. I feel I'm to the point where I feel I can do that because years and years and years ago, I was just a person that sat on the couch and drank and did nothing with my life until I battled through the process of getting to the point where I was the person that took the right steps. I took care of my body. I pushed myself physically. I ate good food so that when that moment happened, my brain and my body were ready. I was able to, in an instant, process, react, and have the physical capabilities of running out. And then after, when I'm in a state of burns where the doctors are telling me, hey, you might lose movement in your elbow. Hey, you're likely going to be pretty scarred forever. I defy all the odds because I took care of myself. I was prepared. And I prepared myself by voluntary suffering every day. My body was constantly going through physical strain. It was constantly getting ready to react and move quickly because that's what I do every day. And voluntary suffering is the only thing that gets me through my life. When I have nothing else, when I've got to show up to that job that tears me apart, that drains my soul, the only thing I have is knowing that nobody here knows. I woke up in the morning when it was pitch black outside and freezing cold, and I ran for miles. And then when I leave here, I'm going to go and I'm going to squat 275 pounds. And then I'm going to run a little bit more. And that's what keeps me going because that prepares me. It builds the mindset. It builds the body. And you never know what's going to hit you in life. You never know. You're going to wake up every day and there's going to be something ready for you. Before you're even done scrubbing your eyes, before you're out of the shower, there's going to be something getting ready for you, preparing, and it's going to try to knock you down. But if you give yourself something every day to build yourself up, to make you stronger, you're going to be ready. Whether it's a goddamn flat tire, whether it's losing someone in your life, whether it is arguments that you did not foresee, there's something that's going to hit you that you weren't prepared for, and you have to be ready. You always have to be ready, or it's going to take you down. We got to prepare. We got to prepare. There is no other alternative. I mean, I guess there is, right? The other alternative is you suffer, you sit there, and you take it. And then I did that for years. So I get it. I get it. It's easy to sit there and find the comfort. I was once that person, but I am no longer that person. And changing myself from that person is additionally what saved my life on top of these things right here. Every time I pull these out, I get a little sentimental and I just think, what in the fuck? How crazy is that? I am blessed. I don't know how else you describe that, right? That is the word. I am blessed. And afterwards, I had a temptation of evil and challenges that were laid out for me. Life continued to try to knock me down and kick me. It tempted me by saying, hey, you're broken, you're hurt. Just sit, just rest, just sleep. I had to for a while. I had to recover. But then afterwards, I'd eaten a lot of bad food that I hadn't in the past because I was just trying to get calories in to have excess for my body to heal. And then I had these cravings that I haven't had in years. And then I wanted to sleep in like I hadn't in years, even once my skin had closed up and I had defied the odds of healing. When the burn center told me nobody heals this way, I don't know what you did. How did you do it? I had these challenges. And it felt like evil was trying to say, no, we got this one last hold on you. We are going to try to bring you back down because you've been on a mission. You've been striving for years. We saw you and we are trying to take you down. But something good was there. And I feel it is because of the voluntary suffering and the work that I put in every day. And that's an opportunity for everyone that we all have, is to try and build ourselves every single day into someone better. We're not going to be perfect. I am far from perfect. And I have periods of weakness. I have days and moments of weakness that I did not foresee, and I want to overcome them. I want to get better. And it is only through the consistency of showing up every single day that I feel I can do that. It's the only thing I know how to do. The only thing. Every single job I've applied for, every single interview I've had, the only thing I've had to say is, I just know how to show up and work my ass off. And that's it. That's it. Consistency is the key. If you show up every day, you are going to be much more likely to be in a situation where you can't succeed. And you just never know what the variables are going to be. You never know. You never know what's going to lead to either a moment of catastrophe or a moment of an unbelievable miracle. I think there's no other alternative than to prepare yourself and be ready. Fuel your brain and your body. Build yourself into a person you really want to be. Because I think that is one of the most insane, beneficial gifts we have on this earth, is we truly can shape ourselves into the person we desire to be. Not what everyone else desires and we are fed through these algorithms, but who do you want to be? Look, you don't got to run like me. If running's not your thing, don't run because I like to run and say you should run. Find yourself. It's a gift. This life is truly incredible. And you know what? I blew away years just not really finding me until I was left thinking, wow, it could have all been taken from me in a terrible way, just like that. Don't waste it. Don't waste it. What is out there for you? What do you think you can find? What do you want to find? And go out there and chase it. Get it. You truly can achieve it. There's a lot of things in place nowadays that feed off of us and get us to hold ourselves back. But you are a human being that is capable of whatever it is you set your mind to. Do not forget that. I believe that. I believe in you. I don't even know you, but I know that you are similar to this creature that I am, this collection of blood, bones, mind, thought, spirit. And that right there is something unfathomably incredible, capable of greatness beyond our wildest imaginations. I believe that. Therefore, I believe in you. All you need is this little bit of drive, this little bit of spirit to say, I want to be better and I'm going to do it every day, whatever it takes. I'm going to try to be better. And one day that might save your life, because it saved mine right alongside these goddamn headphones, because just a small chance. I just needed a little bit of luck and a hell of a lot of work, and that saved my life. So if you put in the work, all you need is a little bit of luck. And I believe you can do it. You find that, your life gets better. Regardless of you reaching the milestone and being able to say, here it is. Here's what I achieved. You get to be better. You get to be better every day, and it's a fucking gift. This life is a gift. Do not waste it because you want to be aligned with everyone else. Don't try to follow the average footsteps, because the average footsteps leads people to be broken, depressed, and miserable. We don't want that. We want to be fulfilled. We want to feel like we're becoming something great, and that greatness is waiting for you. I promise you. Consistency, effort, do not give up. I believe in you. I'll see you all in the next one.